Oil markets are once again in turmoil. Global headlines warn of deepening fuel shortages and soaring prices. At the same time, Turkiye has shocked observers by unveiling a prototype intercontinental ballistic missile, staking its claim in a rapidly evolving security landscape. With Southeast Asia, Africa, and even China adjusting to the disruptions, every region is being forced to make hard choices in a world where energy is power. What's driving this crisis? The ongoing U.S.-Israel conflict with Iran has disrupted Middle East oil supplies, a critical artery for global energy. In response, Southeast Asian nations are turning to Russian oil, even as the European Union urges them to steer clear. Indonesia and the Philippines have already received shipments, while Thailand and Vietnam look for Russian fertilizers and alternative fuels to keep their economies running. But the impact is obvious. Southeast Asian oil imports have plunged to levels last seen in 2015. Inflation is biting, fuel shortages are disrupting daily life, and governments are under pressure to secure stable energy flows, regardless of diplomatic headwinds. To understand how we got here, it's important to remember that global energy markets are highly sensitive to geopolitical shocks. When supply from one region is threatened, buyers move quickly to secure alternatives, often prioritizing efficiency and affordability over politics. In the past, sanctions on Russian and Iranian oil had some bite, but today, necessity is overriding caution. African countries illustrate the uneven consequences. Oil importers like Kenya are struggling with rising costs and economic strain, while exporters such as Nigeria are enjoying a windfall from higher prices. For many governments, access to affordable energy is simply non-negotiable. China's recent decision to invoke its anti-sanctions law for the first time is also telling. By ordering companies not to comply with U.S. sanctions on refineries accused of handling Iranian oil, Beijing signals its determination to maintain stable trade flows, regardless of Western pressure. This move highlights the global market's relentless search for efficiency, even as legal and diplomatic tensions escalate. Meanwhile, Turkey's unveiling of the Yildirim Han missile prototype adds a new layer of complexity. With a claimed range of 6,000 kilometers, this intercontinental ballistic missile is still at the concept stage, lacking confirmed flight tests or production. But it's a clear signal. Ankara wants to be seen as a serious player in an increasingly uncertain security environment. While the announcement may be as much about prestige as practical capability, it underlines how states are hedging against regional instability. Diplomatic efforts continue in the background. Iran is reviewing a U.S. proposal to end the conflict, but sticking points, like nuclear enrichment and control of the Strait of Hormuz, remain unresolved. The United States has floated a UN Security Council resolution to pressure Iran to reopen the strait, but its fate is uncertain, given the likelihood of vetoes by China and Russia. Looking ahead, the world faces a delicate balancing act. If Middle Eastern supplies remain constrained, the scramble for alternatives will intensify, potentially deepening inflation and supply chain disruptions. On the other hand, breakthroughs in diplomacy could ease markets, but only if underlying security concerns are addressed. For now, economic incentives and market efficiency are shaping state behavior more than ever as countries navigate the risks and opportunities of a new global energy order. The stories that define tomorrow are already unfolding today. Subscribe to Today in Context for clear, grounded analysis of the events shaping our world, one story at a time.